All right. So, welcome to the call, October 21st, 2018. Active World Team member Jared Cooper. What's up for those who are watching it now and those who are watching in the future? Hopefully that's the last time I got to say this today. Anyway, so as I was saying, I went to the mall because I said I'm going to go talk to new people because I need to do face to face. I need to get better at it as far as approaching people because I want new results in my business. I want new frontline. I want new clients. I want new distributors. So how am I going to go about this? I recently was just at LDW in Sacramento, and Jonathan Weber was talking about a method in which you can approach people. So I'm gonna tell you guys a method, and I can't say it exactly verbatim how he said it, but I can just tell you basically off of what I got from it and what I did. So one, I had tea in liftoff before anything because I needed my energy to be hyped. Right. So I had that on my way to the mall. I was listening to Mark Hughes before I walked in as well because that set me off. You guys know Mark, how he does everything. 5 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion. So I was like, okay, I'm hyped. I'm fired up to talk to people. This is the greatest opportunity in the world. This is the greatest products in the world. This is the best business platform in the world. So why would I be afraid to talk to people about it? So I'm like, okay, cool. Mindset right, energy right. What am I going to say? So this is the method that I use, right? And so I went into stores that were that I usually shop in. I went to shoe stores. That's really what I went to. I really didn't go into like Torrid or you feel me? None of the women's stores, Victoria's Secret, I didn't go in there because one, I don't belong in there. One, why am I shopping there? You know what I'm saying? It kind of looks off. But two, I feel more comfortable going to stores that, that I would normally go to because then it creates a better environment for me, at least in my mind, right? So I went in there and I was like, hey, now when you say this right, like, don't be afraid to say this because even though it may not necessarily be the exact truth in the sense of, hey, I just recently became a health coach. When I say it like that, it makes you sound fresh and brand new. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, I recently just became a health coach and I need some homework to do before Friday. Can you help me out? So when you say it like that, it kind of gives off the impression like, okay, like this person's doing something for school, whatever, right? Maybe they might take it as that or whatever. And they need homework to do before Friday and they ask me for help. Maybe I can help them out. Yeah, for sure. How can I help? I need to do 5 wellness profiles before Friday. And I explain what a wellness profile is because most people may not just know. So I'll be like, a wellness profile is me basically asking a few series of questions so I can figure out your health and nutrition goals. If you're interested in increasing any one of those, can you help me out in answering the questions? So I got literally everybody that I talked to about this said yes, except one girl. And I could tell because her energy was just off. Like, when you can see that person where they just look like they don't want to talk? Like, I wanted to take the challenge on because I knew it looked like she didn't want to talk. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can give her some of this, some of my energy. She wasn't accepting it at all. She had a complete wall up. She was like, look, I'm busy. Like, what you want? You feel me? And I was like, look, can you help me out with some homework? She was all like, I don't got time. Like, how long is it going to take? Oh, I got to ask you a few questions. Oh, no, I don't got time for that. No. I'm just like, what? No, I got work to do. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're just hanging clothes. Like, you're just hanging clothes on the hanger. Like, you're not even working that hard. But you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to talk to the next person. You feel me? But basically everybody else that I talked to was very receptive to what I was talking about. And so when they asked me like, oh, so are you like a trainer? Like basically those are the questions that they're going to ask you back. Like, oh, are you a trainer, fitness coach, transformation coach? And you can tell them, yeah, I'm with Herbalife, da-da-da-da-da. If you're branded, obviously it shouldn't be. They know what you do because you have your button on. I was also branded with a shirt, you know what I'm saying? And of course my results are physically visible to the person that I'm talking to. So I got really good responses. It took me about an hour to walk from store to store. and I actually talked to 6 people. I had real conversations with them. It wasn't just like, hey, you want to help? Let me help you out. These are the questions. Give me your number or your Instagram, right? Like I was talking to them about like fitness, talking to them about what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I had like different lengths of conversations, but nothing more than like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Just because I want them to be able to remember me when I hit them up, not like a quick, like, you know, when you're handing cards out, like, oh, come to my free workout, come to my free workout, come to my free workout. It's like, no, like, my name is Jerry Cooper. You feel me? I'm from the area. You know me. We talked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to know who I am. So that was super dope. So I had the 6 conversations. I got everybody's contact information, whether it was Instagram or their phone number. And I followed up with them, and that was super dope. One actually got started. I talked to 2 people about the business, the others about the products. One person actually got started already. You know, some people have to get paid and everything like that. But the thing about it is I would have never got that new client, never, if I would have never went to the mall. You see what I'm saying? No matter how much I would have been doing on Instagram, she probably would have never came across me. I had to go meet that person in person. You see what I'm saying? So get out of your own way. Like I was telling you guys before, it's not like somebody's going to be like, get the hell out of my face, you Herbalife distributor. I hate you guys. You feel me? Like, that's not what they're going to say. You know what I mean? Like, at the worst, somebody's going to say no, just like the lady told me no. And at the end of the day, it's not going to kill you if they say no. It's fine. It's okay if they say no. Just go to the next person. Like, let that no fire you up. Like, yeah, okay, you said no. All right, I'm going to show you. Mentally, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go get 2 more yeses on your ass. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid. Get out of your own way. It gets easier after the first person. But my thing was the first store that I walked into, the person that – because this is the thing. This is how I made it easier for me. Because, you know, when you walk to the store, they got to ask you, oh, what can I help you with? I hit the girl with, yes, you can help me, but it's not shoe related. So she was like, well, what can I help you with? And then she saw my button, and then, you know what I'm saying, she kind of already knew where this conversation was going. But that was a way that I broke the ice, too, because I'm like, look, I know she's going to ask me, because if you doing your job, you're going to ask me, do I need help with anything? That's just what it is. So the first store I walked into, the girl asked me that, and I said, ha! Got her number. You know what I mean? So that was cool. And then from there, it built my confidence. I'm like, I'm going to go talk. I'm about to go walk up on somebody now. You know what I mean? And that was awesome. But you guys just got to get out of, and I'm not saying that if this don't apply to you, then it don't apply to you. But if it do apply to you, then you might want to listen. That get out of your own way and be like, look, however much afraid you are to walk up to somebody, that first time you do it, you might feel like you're about to jump off a cliff. But I promise, you'll land on 2 feet. You ain't gonna just break your back. You ain't gonna break your knees. And it's all right. You'll land on 2 feet. And even if the conversation doesn't go how you want it to go, remember this. The person who asks the most questions controls the conversation. So you want to come off with strong presence. I recently became a health coach in the area, and I want to know if you can help me out with some homework before Friday. Be confident in it. Because, again, whatever your results are, you know how the products work for you. You know how the business opportunity work for you. You've been to the events. You have other sidelines that are successful. You follow people on Instagram that know that it worked. So remember, it's up to you to do the hard part, which is talking to people. Bringing them to the event, they're going to do the event, they're going to do all the work. The actual products, they work really well. If you know what you're doing, whatever you did to get your results, if you can tell that to other people, that part is taken care of. For your new distributor that you want to sign up and you don't necessarily know all of the information, that's all right. You get them on the Sunday call. I'll do that for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything is done for you. Herbalife going to cut the checks for you. They're going to send the money to you, everything. The only thing that you must do is actually bring the people in. Everything else is taken care of until you can get to the point to where you can run your own calls, where you can run your own HOMs, where you can start an STS in your own area. But up until that point, mostly everything is taken care of. But nobody can walk up to nobody for you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can pitch it for you. Nobody can, if you see that person over there, nobody can go say, hey, for you. You know what I mean? So just be strong in the sense of that, and just get over the fact that that is scary. Because if it's scary, you probably should do it. Because it's not like I wasn't scared. Like, let me get this clear for you guys. It's not like I wasn't scared. It's not like I was just, it's not because you guys see me as whatever you guys see me as, like, oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just all good. Like, no, I'm scared too. Okay. Like, let me let you guys know. It's like, I'm not just all the way confident just walking up to people, but you know what? Like I said, or I don't know if I did tell you guys, I'm more afraid of not talking to that person and then being the newest president's team member than me not talking to that person at all. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, that person could possibly be president's team. Because everybody possibly can be. That's the thing. Everybody can be. I'm walking past my potential diamond because I'm afraid of saying what's up. I'm not okay with that. That's unacceptable for me. For me and for my goals. Now, if, like I was telling some of you guys this week, if you want to change your life, you got to take it in your own hands. And you may have to do things afraid for a little bit. You may have to be unsure about it for a little bit. But I can promise you that if you continue to be on the path of use, wear, talk, show up, show out, and contribute, that things will become clearer for you over time. And you'll be like, you know what? I remember that person that I talked to a while ago, and now they're hitting me up because I continue to plant seeds, because I continue to be consistent, because I continue to grind. It's the continuation of the stuff that allows the seeds from way before to sprout now. You see what I'm saying? So that's awesome. And remember that. And I also had another point that I wanted to bring up. What was it? And I really actually messed up because I wanted to show you guys a video. I want to show you guys a video, but it's an hour long and it's already 7:30. But so what I will do is that I will play part of it for you guys to hear. It's an hour-long video with two of my friends, Aubrey and Roxy, Millionaire team members from Miami right now. They're doing like 30,000 volume points personal, all through preferred members, right? So basically, I have a call where they're giving their tips on what they're doing. So I will play it right now, but obviously I'm going to respect everybody's time in the sense of I'm not going to play until 8:30. But what I will do is that I'll play half of it now, and I'll play the other half next week, and it'll be recorded, obviously, so we'll be able to watch it. 1 second, let me pull it up. All right, so I got it right here.
And if you're even get this thing off the ground.
Okay, so get your notes out because they're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, and basically, everybody on here can learn about how to do 30,000 volume points personal through preferred members. So I am about to start it, so get your notes out and pay attention, and it's gonna go down like James Brown.
Just know they've been there many times. They've been through so much.
Man, fired up. Aubrey and Roxy here. So excited to see everybody's face. You guys, it always makes a difference when your video is on and when you're here plugged in with us. That's one of the things that's big for us. That's been a big game changer for us, and we'll get into some of those things like standards and Zoom etiquette. Like when you get to speak one day, I hope that you get people's eyes and attention because it makes the biggest difference. I see if you look around the Zooms, look at who's plugged in, and usually their pin is higher. So take notes on those things. We got that from Khalil Blakey before he did one of our guest speaking. He laid it on us in a pre-meeting, and I was like, go in. He was like, I'm going to tell people to leave if they're not face-to-face with me. I said, hey, you have permission to do that. So I'm just going to ask you guys to be here with us because it's Friday, and it's beautiful. You guys can see that. Like, it's a nice day. I'd really like to be, suntan and beaching it up. But no, we said we're going to be here with you guys, and we're going to give you guys value. So what I'm excited about is to share our journey, Roxy and Aubrey, and we've been on this journey for 5 years. We started in December 2012. So it's been an amazing journey. I'm going to look at this one.
Yeah, look at this one because I think this one's a main speaker.
Okay.
We have two computers.
We have two computers because we learned from Mark and Jill as a couple always be on both. So we're going to also touch on that. But really, you guys, it's been an amazing journey, ups and downs. And no journey would be as great as it could if you didn't get challenged. So we got started 5 years ago out of Active Nutrition, working with Mark and Jill and the beginnings of, a lot of the organization's growth through Fit Camp. And that's how we actually got brought in. And what we got excited about really was a community of impact. We heard some of the stories. Roxy has a background as a server for 10 years. I was a personal trainer. I got my undergrad in kinesiology. I have my doctorate of physical therapy. But those stories that we were hearing from people getting results, losing 50 pounds, 65 pounds, 10 pounds, or just feeling better about themselves, really made a difference on us on what we wanted to see our friends and family feel like. So we got started just around our schedule. Roxy worked 2 jobs, I worked 3. And really, we did it in the nooks and crannies of our day, like at lunchtime, at nighttime, on the weekends, in the break room, in the bathroom. Really, we just made it work around our day. And we didn't know it would lead to what it is now, but it was so amazing that we got started when we did because what we did was we saw there was a need. All you got to do is pay attention. And really, we started to pay attention like, medical issues were getting worse. I was seeing people inside of the medical field that were in very tough situations. And for me, I was just thinking, what if they just got healthy earlier in life? Or what if they just got healthy now? Like for me, I actually went into physical therapy because I didn't like medication and medicine and pill route because I felt like that just covered up issues rather than healthy living, great hydration, great nutrition. Like that just made sense to me. Like for example, I wouldn't want to get a car fixed after it rolled 3 times because the tires popped. Why not keep the tires on point? Why not keep the oil right? And why not keep it running well? Our body's worth way more than a car. So all these things just started making sense for us. We got started part-time. First month, helped 18 people get healthy, made an extra $1,800. And what that really did for us, you guys, is I had one of those jobs where I had to talk myself into going from the parking lot to the building. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, like pep talk in the rearview mirror. Yo, you're going to be the light in there. You're going to make it a better place. And I was getting my light dim. And from there, for me personally, I said, what if Herbalife could be one of those where I could just replace that negative place I don't like going with Herbalife income where I love going to the Herbalife events, the Fit Camps, the energy, the Zooms, the energy of the community. And from there, within our first month, we were able to replace that income. So I left that one job. Roxy kept working, dropped from 2 jobs to 1. And then about 2 years ago, Roxy went full-time from her serving job. And then I still work part-time now. I see a few patients a week. So I get to still use that Jim Rohn line, we make an extra, certain amount. I don't know if we can say what we made last month, but I use the extra line that Jim Rohn said, extra.
He milks it
I'm part-time. So I use that. I always listen, you got to listen to your mentors. Jim Rohn is one of our mentors. So that was where we got started. We had a fast start in the business. And I only say these numbers to share with you what is possible. We came into momentum. So first month, the supervisors hit 17K world team. Within 4 months, we're in our first cut of GET. 7 months, fully qualified GET. Finished out at what would be called the 2,500 GET team level now. Millionaire team cuts in our first 14 months. Fully qualified millionaire team in 17 months. Built a Fit Camp because Fit Camps were big at that time, all the way to 166 people in the downtown Grand Park area. We were doing things just because it was possible and why not try it. But I shared that quick ramp up because also we didn't collect a millionaire team bonus after qualifying for millionaire team. Right after that, a lot of our team members did not stay around because we didn't have a lot of structure to keep them around. And also we were figuring it out ourselves. So I share those numbers in the beginning to Okay, nice. It's a supervisor line, so you can say beyond it. Nice. Okay, great. So last month we made $13,331. Our highest check ever in Herbalife. So I share those beginning numbers not to say good for you guys, but to show you guys, yes, we had great momentum, but what I'm more proud of is that we stuck around for 4 years of having to get back to the 4K bonus level. We hit our 4K royalties last month. That's what I'm more proud of, because the winters will define you way more than the summers and the springs. Write that down. The winters will define you way more than the summers or the springs. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Roxy. I just wanted to give you guys a quick background of where we were. Roxy's going to go over into, like, how did we create that 4K royalties? How did we create 83 PMs last month? How did we create 30K documented volume? How did we create a $7,000 wholesale check alone? So that wholesale check was $7,000. If you want that, you don't have to wait for a team. You can do that this month. And that's really important to understand. So, Rox, it's on you.
Even for us, you guys, the biggest thing, like, over the past couple of years, it's been really finding our flow. And if there's the biggest tip that I can give is, like, find what it is that you're passionate about and just go to work on it every single day. You know, for Aubrey and I, we started at Grand Park. We did the fit camps, and we did all of that. We had a club. And I'm going to tell you guys, having a club for a full year and running workouts, we were at a point in our business where we were making about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, you guys, a month. And it was tough because at this time I was the only one working, and Aubrey had his job, and we were still consuming about $1,000 on our Herbalife products. So you can only imagine how much our check, like, it was getting tight. And so come the end of our lease, we had to ask ourselves, like, should we close it? And I'm going to be honest, like, it was so hard, you guys, because we felt like we were failing. It felt like we were, like, really failing at this, and we were really questioning, is this even going to work? Is this even worth it? And this is times where we reached out to Mark and Jill, because literally we were so lost, you guys. And I remember we looked at our club, and really what made the shift of us closing it down is that we looked at our royalties, and our royalties did not grow. I think if anything, it probably went down. And that's where we said, something's got to change. You know, like, we see that Herbalife works. It's not the marketing plan. It's not the models. It's just us. It was us at the time. And we found ourselves just doing workout after workout and really not sharing on the business opportunity. We weren't bringing on as many new distributors, which is the biggest thing that, like, if you want to grow, like, you got to be bringing on distributors. And so after we closed the club, that's where we really started to play with social media and started to take on social media. And even before the club, we were already sharing our journey. So that's another thing. Like, maybe people, you can see us now, may think that, like, we're like some overnight success with social media. It's been years of work, you guys. And for us, it was like, okay, we looked at our team. The majority of our team was, like, in different parts of the country. So for us, everything online just made sense. And that's why we chose to go the route that we did. However, it takes consistency. Whatever like, business model you choose to do, like, consistency and hard work is going to be key. Like, you got to be consistent at being consistent. And even for us, through building our social media, it comes down to, like, the nitty gritty type of things that maybe, like, right now you may be like, hey, like, I want some tips on how I can build it. And we are going to give you guys some tips with that. But you have to, if you're going to be doing the social media game, or even your local community game, if you want to be that person, like, you have to lead with your results. Like, your personal results have got to be, like, on fire. Like, you guys, our personal consumption, I think this past month, was 1,500 in volume. We put it under the right category. Under personal consumption, number one is important. So you got to lead with your results. Be a product of the product. Take the products like crazy and continuously work on yourself, like, in your mindset and your body, like, all of that. Like, you want to be number one. Like, think of that. Like, I want to be number one. Why? Because there's, especially if you're playing the social media game, there's so many people to choose from. There's so many people out there. So you've got to be leading with your results. Second is you got to be willing to stay in action, you guys. That's the biggest thing. Despite our hardships, despite, like, the things that we were going through at the times, like, over the past couple of years, like you have to be willing to like stay in action. Like no matter what, Aubrey and I have never dropped below 2,500. Our lowest volume did drop to 3K, but you guys, we never dropped below 2,500. We never stopped working. We never stopped talking to people. We just weren't developing the correct skill sets to attract team members and to really start growing that royalty check. Would you like to add anything on that?
This roasted peanut is fire. That's what we're about to get like 10 of these. You guys don't play with limited edition. I tell you guys, not play. I wish I had more pumpkin spice. We got to get like the trial size to get the one little one. That thing is done in like 2 shakes. So that's one tip. But really, you guys, on social media, and this is on your business in general, you got to understand that when you start utilizing social media, which is a great tool, no matter if you're running a fit camp, a nutrition club, mobile club, it doesn't matter what mode you do. Social media should be one of your funnels. Because think about it, is social media going away or is it going to get bigger? Type 1 if you think it's going away. Type 2 if you think social media is going to get bigger. Let's see what people think, just to get an idea. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of 2. So if it's going to get bigger, then what do you think that means for your understanding of it and utilizing it? Would it benefit you to use it or not if it's going to get bigger?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you guys make that connection, but this is one thing you got to understand about social media. Number 1, you are not competing with the people in your apartment building or on your block on social media. You're competing with people around the world. So that's why personal trainers and gyms can get away with not having the best results, because they might just have the best results in the gym. They're competing in the gym. But on social media, you're working with people in your whole zip code, in your whole city, in your whole country, and in the whole world. Your results have to be next level. And I'm not talking abs on your forehead and you got to like, girls got to be walking around in a bikini all day. That's not what we're talking about. But what I am talking about is you can't slack. You got to have your 1 treat meal a week, which is 1 meal. And then other than that, you got to be on point. You got to be having your bev mix. You got to be having your 2 to 3 shakes. You got to be having your tea like crazy, because you gotta, this is what we sought to do always. We sought to get results so fire that anytime we posted on social media, people could not deny the effectiveness of the products. Like they would be like, yo, you know the effect, like I can't say these don't work. That's number 1. Number 2, we also wanted to feel a certain way about posting. So do this, write this down on your paper right now. Take a selfie after this call, and if you feel unconfident about posting it, that gives you an idea of where your results are at. Because I've been there. I've been there where I was like, I used to have better results because I went through some gain cycles. I wanted to get bigger and the abs weren't popping as much. I was like, maybe I won't post that picture. That should have let me know. And we're going to get into some of these things about your target demographic and what goals to go for to get the most client base. We're going to talk about that. But really, that's something to understand about social media, your results and how you feel about your results. Most importantly, to be honest, you guys, my abs don't even get the most clients. They barely get any clients. But it's also how I feel about myself, the confidence I have. That's really what gets the clients. And we're going to talk about why the abs work but don't work, and what does work. I'll tell you, a girl that loses 30 pounds gets way more clients than me from my abs. Why? Because more people want to lose 30 pounds than want to get abs realistically in their head. So you're way more attractive about how you feel and look. So that was what I would add.
Yeah, definitely. And if I can add to that too, with the social media, like no matter what business model you're doing, like build your social media. So when we had our club, we used to utilize our social media to invite local, because there's ways to invite local through your Instagram. So whatever it is, like just do that and get some freaking amazing results. And so another thing that I wanted to share, because I know some people are like, personal production, how are you guys doing such like high production? Last month, I think it was one of our highest months. We did 83 new preferred members, 7 distributors. Our volume was over 30,000. And so you may look at those numbers and you're like, how? But I'm going to tell you guys, like for the past like 2-3 years, we've just been working. And literally it's been like a compound effect of work. We've gotten so good at what it is that we're doing that everything is just started to compound and compound and compound. But the only way that's going to happen is if you work and if you're always willing to think about like how to grow your business. Because if you're an Herbalife distributor, if you want to build an organization, you have to be willing to think, You can't always just rely on your upline to tell you what to do and to give you like everything. Like you have to be willing to think, yes, you still work with your team. You still work in alignment with your team, but you also have to be willing to think how am I going to grow this thing? Like for us, our whole structure is online. So it's continuously evolving on how can we best support people with not having a place where we can physically touch and feel these people. And so that's been one of the biggest things. And for our personal production, you guys, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You just for us, it's social media. So you just got to sit your butt down and work. That's it. Aubrey and I wake up, we go to the gym, we have our shakes, we come back, and literally we sit on this kitchen table till 2 a.m. We go to bed every single day at 2 a.m., you guys, and every time I hit my head on the pillow, I go to sleep so content because I know I gave my whole day everything I got. I don't go to sleep with anything left in me. By the time I go to bed, I am drained. Why? Because all day I worked on my business. It's work, 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 work. And even you guys, when we were part-time, when I still had my serving job in LA, it looked like the same thing. It's working in the times that you have space. It's saying no to friends and to things like that. Not because you want to be mean, but because you got somewhere to go. You have to have a sense of urgency. Urgency is going to be so key. You have to be urgent in your pursuit of getting to